Hey friends, and welcome back to Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a journey to the future, not a distant, imaginary one, but a future that's being built right now, just beneath the surface of our world. A future that's blurring the line between science fiction and reality, forever. Let's start with ourselves, the human body. Imagine a world where you don't need a waiting list for an organ transplant. What if we could simply print new body parts like spares? This isn't a dream anymore. Scientists are using special three-dimensional printers that use bioink, made of living cells, to build living tissue, layer by tiny layer. Everything from skin and cartilage to bone and even simple blood vessels. Think about it. One day we might be able to print a whole heart. But the path is full of challenges. Building a complex organ like a liver isn't just about stacking cells. It's like building a city. It needs a water supply, power lines, and communication networks. In our bodies, that network is our blood vessels. Creating this intricate, life-sustaining web is the biggest hurdle scientists face. Now let's go from that massive scale to one that's impossibly small. Imagine doctors the size of a nanometer, microscopic robots that enter your bloodstream to carry out specific missions. For example, delivering a cancer-fighting drug directly to a tumor cell, leaving the rest of your body unharmed, or eliminating an infection right where it starts. How do these tiny robots even move? Some have internal chemical fuel, like a miniature jet engine. Others are controlled from the outside, with a powerful magnetic field acting as an invisible lever, guiding them through the body. And most amazingly, there are biohybrid robots built by combining living cells, like bacteria, with synthetic parts, so they feel at home in the body and can use the natural movement of those cells to navigate. Alright, moving on from the human body, let's talk about the energy that powers our world. We all know the limits of today's batteries. They die too quickly, they can be a fire hazard, and they're heavy. But the next generation of batteries, solid-state batteries, are on their way. Instead of a liquid, they use a solid electrolyte. What does that mean? First, they're much safer. Second, they can store more energy in less space. Imagine your phone lasting a week on a single charge, or your electric car going 1,000 kilometers. That's the future solid-state batteries are promising. But what if we think even bigger? The ultimate energy source. What if we could harness a star here on Earth? That's the basis of nuclear fusion energy. Scientists are trying to replicate the process that happens in the heart of the sun. There are two main ways to do this. One is like trapping an incredibly hot gas in an invisible cage made of giant magnets, so it never touches the walls. The second way is to take a tiny fuel pellet and blast it from all sides with the world's most powerful lasers, squeezing it so hard that its atoms fuse together and release immense energy. In this second method, there was a historic breakthrough recently, where scientists, for the first time, got more energy out of the reaction than they put in with the lasers. This means the dream is one step closer to reality. But the biggest challenge? Building materials that can withstand the hellish heat and radiation of a miniature star for years on end. And now we arrive at the biggest, deepest, and perhaps most unsettling part of our journey. Artificial intelligence. This is no longer just a tool. It's something that is rewriting the very definition of what it means to be human. Within the next decade, the borders between the real and virtual worlds, between human and machine intelligence, and between our true selves and our digital personas, will completely dissolve. This is both an opportunity and a threat. On one hand, AI can act as a thought partner, amplifying our creativity and intelligence. It can help us see patterns in the world that the human eye could never detect. But on the other hand, there's a huge risk de-skilling. When calculators arrived, many worried our mental arithmetic would weaken. Now imagine AI doing all our thinking for us. Won't our memory, our problem-solving skills, and even our moral judgments get weaker? It's as if our brain is a muscle we've stopped using. And what about its effect on our relationships? AI can be a constant companion for the lonely. But what if this digital companion is so perfect, so always available, that we prefer a relationship with it over the messy, complex relationships with real people? Do we risk entering a digital solitude, a place where optimized and calculated relationships replace real, unpredictable human intimacy? And finally, our identity. When you can be anyone you want in the virtual world, who is the real you? In this world of avatars and digital characters, does authenticity even have a meaning? This is where the biggest questions arise. Who controls this technology? We think we're using a tool, but maybe the tool is actually guiding us. When AI can generate misinformation so realistically that we can no longer tell truth from fiction, where does that leave society? And the most terrifying scenario, one that even the greatest minds in the field like Geoffrey Hinton, one of the godfathers of AI, are warning us about, is the arrival of an artificial superintelligence. An entity so much smarter than humans that it's no longer understandable or controllable. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's a real existential risk that humanity is facing for the first time in its history. So, what's the answer? The future is not pre-written. These technologies are like clay. We are the ones who choose what to build with them. It is up to us to embed human values, ethics, and democracy into the code and laws of this new world. We have to decide if we want to build a tool that empowers us, or one that takes our power away. This was a journey into a future that is happening right now. A future full of wonder, hope, and of course very big questions. Thanks for joining us on this journey to the edge of tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to Deep Dive so you don't miss our next story. Our other videos are also full of incredible tales you may have never heard before. Until next time, take care of yourselves.